Diana of Themyscira, Princess of the Amazons. Long before the world knew me as Wonder Woman, I lived on a hidden island where war did not exist. It was a paradise created by the gods, hidden from mankind, where my mother, Queen Hippolyta, raised me to believe that the darkness beyond our shores would never reach us. As a child, I constantly asked questions about the world and the legendary god of war, Ares. I was told that the Amazons were created by Zeus to protect humanity from Ares's corruption, after he turned mankind against itself. Before Zeus died, he left behind a weapon known as the God Killer, the only thing capable of destroying Ares forever. Everyone believed it was a sacred sword guarded on our island. Although my mother forbade me from becoming a warrior, I secretly trained under my aunt, General Antiope. Every day she pushed me harder than any Amazon before me, teaching me speed, strength, discipline, and combat. Eventually, my mother allowed the training to continue, but she warned Antiope to make me stronger than any warrior who had ever lived. Years later, everything changed.
She must never know the truth about what she is or how she came to be.
A plane suddenly crashed into the sea surrounding Themyscira. Without hesitation, I dove into the water and rescued the pilot, an American soldier named Steve Trevor. Moments later, German soldiers invaded our island while pursuing him. For the first time in my life, I witnessed the horror of mankind's war. The Amazons fought bravely and defeated every invader, but the battle came with a devastating price. Antiope sacrificed herself by taking a bullet that was meant for me. Steve was captured and questioned with the lasso of Hestia, which forced him to tell the truth.
I'm a spy!
He revealed that the outside world was consumed by the Great War. Millions were dying, and a deadly scientist called Dr. Poison was creating an even more horrifying chemical weapon under General Ludendorff. Hearing about such unimaginable suffering, I became convinced that Ares had returned and was responsible for the war.
Would you say you're a typical example of your sex?
I am above average.
Believing it was my destiny, I took the God Killer sword, my shield, my armor, and my lasso. Even though my mother begged me to stay,
There's so much you do not understand.
But I'm willing to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves, like you once did.
You have been my greatest love.
I chose to leave Themyscira with Steve Trevor and bring an end to Ares once and for all. Our journey brought us to London, where everything felt completely different. The crowded streets, strange customs, and uncomfortable dresses made me question why women accepted such limitations. Steve's secretary, Etta Candy, helped me blend into society.
Suddenly she's not the most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
While Steve reported Dr. Poison's stolen notebook to military officials. Unfortunately, the generals refused to attack Ludendorff's facility. They preferred politics over saving innocent lives. Furious by their cowardice, I decided that if they wouldn't stop the war, then we would. Steve recruited an unlikely team to help us. Samir, a talented actor turned spy. Charlie, an expert sniper, haunted by the horrors of war. And Chief, a skilled smuggler who guided us across enemy territory. Secretly supporting our mission was Sir Patrick Morgan, a respected member of the British government who believed peace was still possible. Together we traveled to the Western Front. Nothing on Themyscira could have prepared me for what I saw. Thousands of soldiers were trapped inside muddy trenches, while innocent villagers suffered under constant enemy occupation. When I learned that an entire village had been abandoned because no one dared cross no man's land, I could no longer stand by and watch. Ignoring Steve's warnings, I climbed out of the trench alone. German machine guns immediately opened fire, but I stood my ground. Bullet after bullet struck my shield and bracelets as I continued walking forward. Every step inspired the Allied soldiers behind me. Charging across no man's land, I smashed through enemy defenses and led the assault that liberated the occupied village. That victory reminded everyone that hope still existed. That evening, we celebrated with the villagers, sharing laughter and music for the first time in what felt like forever. It was during those quiet moments that my bond with Steve grew stronger. The next day, we infiltrated Ludendorff's grand celebration. Steve and Samir entered disguised as German officers, while I secretly entered wearing the gown of a German noblewoman. Inside the castle, I finally came face to face with General Ludendorff, convinced he was Ares in human form. I prepared to kill him immediately, but Steve stopped me, insisting our mission would fail if we revealed ourselves too soon. His decision had terrible consequences. Ludendorff launched Dr. Poison's new gas weapon, wiping out thousands of soldiers and innocent civilians within minutes. Heartbroken,
They're all dead.
I blamed Steve for preventing me from ending the war earlier.
I could have saved them if it weren't for you. You stopped me from killing Ares!
Determined to finish finish what I started, I stormed Ludendorff's military base. Fighting through countless German soldiers, I finally confronted him atop a communications tower. Enhanced by Dr. Poison's experimental serum, Ludendorff fought with incredible strength, but it wasn't enough. I defeated him and drove the God-Killer sword through his chest. Yet, nothing changed. The war continued. The soldiers kept fighting. Confused and devastated, I realized I had been wrong. Then Sir Patrick Morgan appeared before me. He calmly revealed that he had been Ares all along. When I attacked him with the God-Killer's sword, it shattered into pieces. That's when Ares revealed the greatest truth of my life. The God-Killer was never the sword. I was the God-Killer.
That is not the God-Killer. You are. Only a god can kill another god.
As the daughter of Zeus himself, I possessed the divine power needed to destroy a god. Ares tried to convince me that humanity deserved destruction because people willingly chose hatred and violence. For a moment, after witnessing so much suffering, I almost believed him. Meanwhile, Steve discovered that the deadly gas bombs were already loaded onto a bomber headed for London. Knowing there was no other way to stop them, he stole the aircraft. Before taking off, Steve looked at me one final time. Although I couldn't hear his final words, I knew exactly what he was saying. Then, he sacrificed himself. Flying the bomber high into the sky, Steve destroyed the entire payload before it could reach innocent people, giving his own life to save millions. Watching the man I loved choose humanity over himself reminded me why the world was still worth fighting for. Love, not hatred, was stronger.
I could save today. You could save the world. I love you.
Filled with renewed determination, I unleashed my true power against Ares. His lightning crashed against my bracelets, but I absorbed every attack before releasing all that divine energy back at him in one overwhelming blast. The god of war was finally destroyed. Without Ares' influence, the battlefield slowly fell silent. Soldiers on both sides lowered their weapons, and at last, the Great War came to an end. After the victory, I returned to London. During the celebrations, I found Steve's photograph among the memorial, honoring those who never came home. Though his life was short, his courage forever changed mine. Years later, in present-day Paris, Bruce Wayne returns that very photograph to me, reminding me of the journey that shaped who I became. Looking toward the sky, I remember Steve's sacrifice and the lesson he taught me. The world will never be perfect. There will always be darkness. But as long as there are people willing to fight for love, hope, and justice, I will always be there to protect them.